Hi guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, we are going to create a Samsung S23 Ultra as a entire part modeling and plus the assembly here, right? So we have a pin on the bottom of the Samsung S23 Ultra. So we are going to create a body for the phone and then a pin separately, and then we are going to assemble these two here. Okay. So before that, I need to set the working directory. So I have already created a folder for the Samsung S23 Ultra. So I'm just going to leave this as my working directory, and then let's start creating our part. So first part will be body part. So let's click on OK here, and the unit as remember as spot solid ABS. Okay. So let me go on with the front extrude, and let's go for the sketch view. So here I'm going to draw a rectangle with a width of 78.10 and then a height of 163.40. Okay. So I have collected these dimensions from the official Samsung website. So if you have your own dimension, like I will say this on all these videos, right? If you have any kind of old dimension for you, you can directly go on with it. Or else, like if you need any kind of particular dimension which I'm going to use in this video, you can comment below so that I will upload this entire 2D diagram in our channel website. Okay. So this is fine. So let's click on OK here. And now I'm going to extrude this as a symmetric extrude and with the extrude value of 8.90. Okay. So yeah, it looks good. So let's turn on shading with edges. And then I'm going to create some round features for all these four edges. Okay. Sorry. So this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. So I'm just going to leave it as this is like 2.20. Okay, so this is fine. So yeah, it looks really good, right? So the next thing that I need to do, like in a display, right? So for that, let me just go for the extrude and go for the sketch view. Like yeah, like I need to change this yeah, as this round value as 2 itself. Like 2 is fine for me. Okay. So now let's go for the extrude on the surface and let's go for the sketch view. Here at first I'm just going to project all these edges. Okay, like this and like this. So now I'm just going to offset as a loop feature for all these lines to a value of -1 because we need this lines to be offset on the inside, right? So we need to give a negative value for this. So then let's close this and let's delete the unwanted segments. We don't want this outer edges, right? Okay, like sorry. Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's delete this and let's delete this and let's delete this and this. Okay, so now it looks good. And yep, let's go for the dimension because I need this as a full display. So let me just edit this to 0, and on the other side also, like it will be 0. On the top and bottom it will have a value of 1. So I need this extrude to a value of 0.5, and then let's click on OK here. Now yeah, I think this has got created exactly like I expected. Okay, so the next thing that we have to create is the back cameras. Okay, so let me select this surface directly. I'm going for the extrude and the sketch view. So here I'm just going to draw like a concentric circles like this with the same vertical axis and equal dimensions for all these circles. Okay, so yeah, let's drag it like this. So the inner dia, it will be 11, and the outer dia, it will be 13. Okay, good. So this distance, like it will be 25, and yeah, dimensions from here till here, like it will be 70. Okay, so then like this distance, it may have some value, and this distance, it may have some value. So at first I just want to make these two dimensions as equal, and then we can enter our single dimension as yeah, sorry, escape, yeah, a value of 17 here, so that we will have a same distance of 17 for all these two circles. Okay, So yep, then I just want to extrude this to a value of 2.5. So then let's say okay here, and then as you can see this is only like a frame, right? So we need to create inner cameras for that. So let's go for the extrude on the same surface again, and I'm just going to draw a circle with this reference like this. Okay, up to the top, like a inner reference circle. And then I just want to extrude this to a value of 2 because we have entered a value of 2.5 for these frames, and then for the inner side like we need to enter a minimum value to have a better view like this, right? So the next thing is like we need to create two more sensors here. So for that, let me just take a reference for this circle, and then this circle. I just want to create a constructive line like this and like this, and then I just want to draw a circle like this. Okay, as equal constraints, and then this circle diameter, it will be 8, and yeah, this distance will be 9, and then yeah, it's fine. So let's click on OK here, and now I need this extruded value, mm, yeah, to a value of I think yeah, it will be 1. Okay, it looks good, but I just want to make sure that because whether this value has a value of 1 or not. Okay, 1. So let's click on OK here, and for the flashlight I need to create one more circular extrude here. So for this I just want to take a reference for the circle and the circle, and I'm just going to create a constructive line from the center point to the center point, and then I can directly able to find the center point here, right? So this diameter value, like it will be 4. Okay, so then let's click on extrude, and like this extrude length as a value of 0.8, and then let's click on OK here. So now we have completed our back cameras and the sensors and a hole for the flashlight. So I think like we have covered up here, right? For the back side it is fine. So on the right side, like we may have our power buttons and the volume buttons, right? So for this I just want to take a reference on the center plane, and let me hide this plane B. Okay, just for now. So here I'm going to draw a center rectangle like this, and yeah, so this total height it will be 25, and this will be 2 or like a 2.5, but I think this is fine. Also, like if you need to increase this, we can also do like this. Okay, 2.5, I think this is too big, but okay, it will have some good look, right? So this distance, this will be 30, and then yeah, at the final thing that we need to create some curved edges here, okay, on both the sides. So I'm just going to draw a tangent arc on the both ends like this, and yeah, next thing, like for the power button, right? I just want to make exact reference for this width, and this height value, it will be a value of 10, and this height, yeah, I think this is 16, right? Okay, like it will got some confusions here, so let me just go for the 11. I think from the midpoint it will be 16, I think so. Okay, so yeah, I think we may have some extra lines here, so let me just delete this. Okay, now my sketches has been completed here, and for the bottom also, like we need to create um, some curved edges on these two sides. Okay, so arc from here till here, tangent to the vertical line, and for this side also. So let's go for the extrude, and I just want I think let's check if this is good. Okay, so it's fine. Let's reduce this and have a good view here. Okay, it looks really good now. So I need this extrude value as 0.5. So this is fine. Yeah, I have noticed like the Samsung mobiles have a very low extrude when compared to the iPhones or any other phones. Like for the volume buttons and the power button, like it will have some little extrude only, extrude from the surface. Okay, so power button and volume button, and for the next thing, like we have to create holes on the bottom edge, right? So yeah, let's select this face, go for the extrude, and let's go for the sketch view. So here at first let me just draw a line from here till here, and let me just measure this for the one more time here. So this will be 8.90. So now I think like we can able to find the center point here, right? So let's yeah, at first I'm just going to delete these lines. Now we can able to draw a constructive line like from here till here and from here till here, like this. Okay, so then we can able to create we have find out the horizontal line, right? So we can able to create holes based on this, right? So this height is, sorry, so this will be 2, and yeah, this total width, like I kind of able to find this. Okay, like this will be 7. Okay, so let's delete this and let's create some circular arc at these edges. Okay, sorry. Okay, it looks now fine, and for this side also. Okay, so we have created a hole for our charger and like little speakers that I have found out on the Samsung S23, right? And yeah, yeah, from here like this. And at first let's create one feature here so that we can able to copy this feature and paste it somewhere else, right? So this will be 1.5, and yeah, this will be, I think this will be 2. Okay, good. So now let's delete this and let's create some arc feature for this. Okay, and from here till here, like this. I think it looks good. So let's select all this and let's copy it, and now let's place it here. Just drag it like this. Okay, so then paste it in again and place here. Okay, so then I just want to place it one more time here. Okay, and then one more here. Okay, I think 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, so this distance will be, I don't know, like exact dimensions here. Okay, like we can't able to change this, I think so. Yep, I think this will be changed. Okay, this entire thing will be collapsed here again. So let's go. I think now we can't able to change. Okay, let's select all this, rotate. Sorry. Oops. Okay, so now let's select all this, rotate and resize, and now let me just drag it like this. And I think like now we can able to change this. Yeah. So this will be 1, and let's place it here and like this. So this will be 1 again, and one more here. So this will be 1 again. Like yeah, sometimes like when we are placing more and more with like some like constraints here, so that it will be changed according to that. Okay, so this will be 1. Okay, good. Yep. So yeah, from here till here. Okay, we don't have any dimensions here. From here till here, let me just make it as like this. Okay, so let's select this again, rotate and resize. Either like if we can't able to put dimension for this, we can able to drag like this. Okay, it's testing as a reference, so that okay, so let's leave that. Like let me draw like this again, and I think this will be 2. I think so, 1.5. Okay, so yeah, this will be 1.5, and the height value, I think this is same. Okay, so let me just adjust the distance now itself, because later on if we adjust like this arc feature will be collapsed with the entire model. Okay, okay, and for this, so now let's delete all. Oops. Yeah, okay, we got a full feature here. Like I need to do one more here. So I think let's check whether this copy feature is now working or not. Okay, and this distance will be one here. Okay, now it works. Okay, so then I just want to create a whole feature here, like somewhere like this. Yeah, I don't want this as a equal constraint. Let's delete this, and this diameter value, like it will be 2. Oops, let's go for 1.5 itself. I think this is too big, so I just want to flip all this towards backside to a depth of 15, and then let's say okay here. Yep, it looks really good, right? So then what else like do we need to create here is like we need to create a sim card injector, right? So for this, let me just take a reference for this again, and constructive line from here like this, and then center rectangle as a normal mode here, so like this. So this total length it will be 12, and this height will be 2, as the same as the other wall, right? So now let's delete all these two edges, and let's create some arc features here. Okay, so then I just want to create a hole here for inserting a pin, right, for removing this entire part. So this will have an extrude of 0.2, so this will have a very minimum extrude. So I'm just entering a value of 0.2 just for the visualization of these edges. Okay, if we use minimum value like 0.1, we can't able to view the exact lines which we have created this as a feature here. Okay, so yeah, this circle edge, right, so this will be the same for that also, like it will be have a diameter of 1. Okay, now you can able to see these two look similar, right? Okay, like we have completed this feature. So then one more thing like we have to do is the pen feature here. So for the pen, so like before that I need to create a hole on the top. Like I think this will be the mic sensor, I think so. I don't know exact about this, so I just going to create a hole for 1.5, and then the dimension, we have a dimension, right? So 4.5, and then let's say okay, and then I need this whole feature to be on the inside to a depth of 5, and then let's say okay here. So now we have completed our entire part. So then we need to create only one more thing here, is that a hole for the pin, right? So for that I need to find a center point here, okay, like this. Okay, so then a center rectangle like this. Okay, so yeah, so this will be 5, and this will be 3, and then this distance like it will be 7.5. Okay, let me just change this as 6.50. Okay, so now let's delete the unwanted segments here. Like I'm going to create some arc feature at these edges. Okay, tangent arc like this. Okay, so now let's extrude this. I just want to, I think it has some 2 width here, so let me just go for the placement again. I just want to reduce this to 3. Okay, I know it will collapse definitely. So let me select all this, and we need to create it separately while we are doing as a first, right? So this will be 4, and this will be 3, and now let's create arc feature for this. Oops. So before that I need to adjust this, like this will be 6.50. So now we can able to delete this, and then arc feature. Okay, like this. Okay, so now I need this extrude to be backside to length of, sorry, not a 400, sorry. So it will be have a value of 100, like 3 by 4 of this mobile. Okay, sorry, 1 by 4. Okay, so yeah, this looks good. So let's click on OK here, and now we can able to see the inner extrude here. Okay, we have a remove material option here. So I think like I have completed this first part. So then what else do we need to create here is like a text on the backside. Sorry, I forgot about that. So for this, a text, let's draw a line like this, and I'm just going to name it as Samsung. Okay, and let's have an escape button here. Rotate and resize. Let's rotate this, and let's minimize the scale here. Okay, let's drag it like towards the center at the bottom. Let me just expand this scale value, and I think this size is enough, but we need to place this as center here. Okay, it looks good, right? Or else like it'll be very big, I think so. So yep, let's reduce this, and let's drag it center. Okay, it looks good. So let's extrude this. I need this extrude value to be a very minimum value as 0. Like I said before, if we enter a value of 0.1, we can't able to see the edges here. So now we can see this looks really good. Okay, so then what else do we need to create here? Like we have completed everything, and if you need to attach a hole for the cameras, you can also do. So because I just want to place a wallpaper here, so I don't want this camera, because anyway this is not going to view on the top face here, because if we are going to place an image on this top, we can't able to view this hole, right? So yeah, it looks good. So then the next, like we are going to create this pin feature. So let me just save this part, and let's go for the new part. And for the new part, I'm just going to rename it as pin just for now, and then unclick the default template and the template as M1 spot solid ABS. Good. So let me just turn on all these datum planes, go for the top extrude, go for the sketch view here, and a center rectangle, and then this distance will be 4, and this height will be 3. Like we have done this on the remove material feature, right? Yeah, so I just want to create tangent arc on these two edges. Okay, so this extrude will be 90 because we have to create a sharp edges here, right? So then I just want to select this surface again. Let's go for the extrude. So here just want to extrude the same, but yeah, let me just explain you. But here I just want to create a taper feature here. We can able to increase the angle like this. Yeah, this is fine. So this extrude length will be 3. Okay, and the taper angle, I forgot about the angle, right? So this angle, like it will be 10. Okay, so then we can directly sketch on the surface. Let me check one more time on this extrude, like this will be 3. So I think like we can reduce this value to 80. So now let me just increase the value as 10 here. Okay, now it may have some sharp edges. So yeah, either we can do like this 5, and then like we have left with 10 mm, right? So for that, um yeah, let me just go for the extrude on this face. I just want to create a circle like this, and this will be extruded to a value of 10. But here also, like I need to add a taper because this will be the touch, right? Yeah, this will not be a very sharp. So let's adjust this angle as 4. Okay, too sharp. 3, 3.5, 3.2. Okay, we can able to see whether this is good. Okay, it looks good, and I think we can able to reduce this value to 2.5. I think so. Okay, it looks good. And then, yeah, I just want to revolve this also. Let's go for the sketch and let's go for the sketch view. So here I'm just going to draw from here, tint here, and then to remove material, right? And then a center line like this. Okay, revolve, remove material, and then let's say okay here. So now we can able to see that our pen feature is got created here, and then like in that revolve itself, I need to add one more feature here, right? Yeah, like in here. So this will be corner rectangle, like yeah, like this. So yeah, I just want to mention this distance as 2. Okay, now we can see this look really good, right? And yeah, I have completed everything, and yeah, I think this extrude, like let me just reduce this taper value as 2 itself. Okay, this is fine, and I think this is a solid. Okay, okay, we have completed our second part. So let's save this part, the same working directory, and let's go for the assembly, and this will be Samsung underscore S23. Okay, and our unit as ASM ABS. Okay, so then let's assemble our body part here, and this will be a default position, right? Okay, good. So then we need to assemble our pen part, right? So we have to drag this pen outside and inside. Like we may use cylinder mechanism for this. We can't use a pin mechanism for this, because for the pin mechanism we just can able to rotate that part. But if we go for the cylinder, either we can drag the part here like this, and then we can able to rotate the part for the cylinder. Okay, so we need to use cylinder mechanism. So for the cylinder mechanism we can't able to directly select the surface, so we need to select the axis for that. Okay, so for that, like we need to create an axis here, right? So that only we can able to select the axis. So let me just go for the body part, and for this I just want to create an axis on the surface. Okay, right? So let's save this. And for the pen part also, I just want to create an axis here, right? So axis, select the surface. Okay, and then let's save this part, and let's go for the assembly. So now we can able to see the axis here. So let's assemble our pen part here. So for the pen part, like I said before, we need to use the cylinder. So this axis and this axis. Now we can see like this is got uh, placed here, but we can able to rotate this part, so it may broke our part, right? So for that we need to freeze the um, like a horizontal plane, right? So let's go for the new set. For the new set, I'm just going to create a general, because just we are just going to make a coincident relation for these two planes, right? So now you can able to see connection definition is got completed. We can just able to rotate this part like this, like inside this we can able to rotate this. Okay, so but when we go for the outside, like we can't able to rotate this. Okay, so let me just undo this. Okay, so this plane and this plane, coincident connection definition is got completed. So let's click on OK. Okay, it looks good, right? So now let me hide all these datum planes, and we can able to have a good view here, right? So we can able to drag this plane like this, and we can make it yeah, we can make it like this. Okay, I think you guys have understood on this cylinder. Okay, or else like if you need a separate tutorial for this entire, like what are all the different mechanism that we have in Creo, you can also comment below, so then I will put videos on that. Okay, so for the next thing, like we have to place a wallpaper on this mobile, so that will have a very good look, right? Let's go for the body part separately, and let's have a plain display here. So let's go for the view, model display, images, import for the front plane, and I have already downloaded a wallpaper here. So yeah, let me just go for the top view, and then let's place our image. Sorry, yeah, I think yes, sorry, just undo the entire thing. I'm really sorry for that. Okay, let's go for the normal move, and let's move this towards downwards. Okay, so let's unclick the normal move, and you can see this has got placed, but the transparency, it will be 100%, like zero transparency, right? So then the width and height. So I have already calculated the width value, like it will be 77.992, I think so. Okay, and for the height value, it will be automatically changed, so this is fine for me. So let's go for the front view here, and I'm just going to drag it like this. Let's place this at this edge. Okay, like, yeah, okay, let me just drag it like this, equally spaced on both the edges. And for the top, yeah, it suits exactly good, right? So let's click on OK, and now you can able to see that our camera is also projecting here. So anyway, it looks really good, and I think now we can able to change this extrude part. So this will be 4, and then let's click on OK here. Okay, looks really good now. So let's save this part, and we have to give the appearances for the pen part also, right? So for this, let me start the appearances. For the entire, like for the full part, I'm just going to give a black color for this. Okay, so for the entire part, okay. So then at the edges, like for this face, I'm just going to give a white color here, and then for this face and for this face as a white color, and then for the back face also white color. And for the needle part, let me give some different color for this to have a better view, as a yellow color for this. Okay, okay, it looks good. So let's save this part, and let's go for the assembly here. Okay, like every color has been created here. So let's go for coloring on our mobile. Okay, so for the entire model, I'm just going to give a fabricated green color. Yeah, let me just keep it as a all, and then let's click on OK here. Okay, green color. Okay, so then for the text, I just want to give some metallic color here, so that it will have some good view when we are projecting this with shading with reflections. Okay, and then for the cameras, right, so we need to use some different color for the cameras. The fabricated black color for the internal surface of this, and for this, and for this edges also, and a white color for these sensors. Okay, internal surface for this, for this, like, yeah, it looks good. And then for the power button, like for the separate view, I'm just going to give the same, like metallic color, light metallic color for this also. And for the holes also, I'm just going to use this, because like this will be very really useful, like while we are projecting our part. Okay, okay, now you can able to see the features that we have created on this mobile, right? So let me just go for the regenerate one more time. Okay, okay, let me go for the shading with edge reflections, and now we can able to see that our phone as a well look feature here, right? Like you can able to see this has got a like matte polished surface on the outer part. Okay, and for the chargers holes, okay, and then on the back, like, yeah, we have a good, right? So let me just drag this part outside, and then let's have a view like how it look exactly look like. Close this, And yeah, now we can able to see it looks really good, right? Either like we can able to give some metallic color for this also, because it may look like a metallic feel, right? Okay. So now you can see this looks really good. So that's all guys, like we have completed this part, right? I think like everyone liked this part. So if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and I will upload more videos based on Creo and Power BI on a daily basis. Okay, so thank you guys, like we will see next video with the interesting content like this. Okay, until then, bye.